Sagittarius, horoscopes, August 2020. The pairing of Venus with Cancer on August 7th is a satisfying one, although it might be a bit on the same side for you. When Venus was in Gemini, you felt excitement and anticipation, and now you might be missing all of that. Good news is that Venus in Cancer is a very understanding, compassionate, and nurturing energy, and when you pay attention to these, you won't miss those thrilling moments quite as much. The Sun leaves outgoing fire sign Leo and enters steady earth sign Virgo on the 22nd, putting you in the mood to get your things in order. You normally don't like to spend a lot of free time on non-adventures, but when you see a dirty dish, you want to wash it. Tending to some of the more mundane chores like laundry and vacuuming makes you feel productive. Venus in Cancer opposes your home planet Jupiter in Capricorn on August 25th, calling into question your ability to be optimistic regarding love and or money. You deserve to be happy, so why have these negative things been happening to you? You can blame it on fate, but it also might have something to do with your lack of commitment or discipline. Egyptian insight into spiritual, intellectual, physical, social, and emotional aspect of the self for Sagittarius in August of 2020. Seven of Wands for your spiritual. The King of Swords for your intellectual. The Moon for your physical. The Emperor for your social. And the Ace of Chalices for your emotional. Seven of Wands. Neckbex Vulture. So this is all living beings return to nature. Power of the Mother God. Positive aspects, discussions, negotiations, plans of alliance, enemies to affront, lively exchange of ideas. Negative aspect, violent clash of opinions, risk of financial losses, weaknesses are So with your spiritual, it's being torn by two different aspects. Possibly your intellectual and emotional aspect of yourself, or just life in general, what's going on with you. Flying high but not flying high. Flying low or flying high. Being spiritually connected to nature. Are you ignoring nature or are you being a part of nature? Are you too afraid to go outside and enjoy nature, or are you, brave enough to go outside and enjoy nature? King of Swords, Lord of War, raising his sword, symbol of military power, positive aspects, magistrate, politician who imposes his authority, legal actions, ideological battle, negative aspects, difficulty with an overbearing man, security to pay, loss of a case. This is what's on your mind. This is your inner aspect. This is how you're thinking about things. Kind of in a thought pattern of authoritative. You may be thinking about legal things, ideological conflicts. If you're a female, maybe you're dealing with an overbearing man, and that's what you're thinking about. Financial security. Kind of on guard. Watch out. I've got the sword pulled out, ready to battle. So maybe a sense of having to defend yourself. ready for conflict. The moon here represents being still in the night. Beware of the animals that lurk in the dark or in the night. Positive aspects: visions, oddness, illusions, mistakes due to the imagination, journeys over water, long and difficult research, strange meetings, attraction for the unknown, occultism, adventure. Negative aspects: lies, dangers, tricks, adulation, insincere relationships, illness connected to water, moody character, germination, virus. Physical aspect is worried about getting sick with the COVID. Or you're having illusionary mistakes from your imaginations. Long and difficult research. You have the time, take the time, do that. Be on the positive aspect. Be on the negative aspect: dangers, tricks, adulation, insincere relationships, illness, being a moody character. This is your physical aspect of yourself, the materialistic, home, environment. Be still in the night. August is not telling you to be all active, running around crazy, frantic, worried about things. Go out in nature and be still. Get that spiritual harmony going. Have a good time with your physical and your environment. Getting out, cleaning up your home, doing some research about whatever it is that you're thinking about. The Emperor here is being in tune with the Divine Masculine, connected to Source, Creator of all, God, whatever you want to call it. Positive aspects: strength, stability, earthly power, authority, legality, moral integrity, and unshakable will. Powerful, ingenuous protector, solution to material problems. Negative aspects: tyranny, arrogance, immaturity, weakness, indecision, ineptitude, legal or financial problems, job dismissal, loss of property. Sitting on his material world with his legs crossed in the form of a cross. You know, the Ankh has a cross on it. He's got the scepter of domination. Got his head held up high. Get it connected to the divine masculine in your social aspect of yourself. Be that godly father figure if you're got kids or you're part of a family and you're a leader of the social aspect. Sagittarius. Being more in harmony with the divine. Ace of Chalices in your emotional aspect. This is Osiris' soul. His heart. Your heart beats and causes frequencies like a drum. Vibrations. Has high mineral count. Iron. Magnetic. The two papyruses here act as a gateway between worlds. Your heart is connected to the two worlds. Positive aspects: great joy, abundance, start of a new love, family celebrations, worldly pleasures. Negative aspects: negative changes, instability, and involution, scarce results, small problems. Don't let your heart focus on the little things that are negative. Don't sweat the small stuff, right? As they say. I mean, it might be a little hard, maybe being stuck at home or having job issues. other family members stuck at home with you, or whatever the case may be, the small stuff. This too shall pass, nothing lasts forever but the love of the Creator and the love for each other. So go back to the positive aspects: family celebrations, worldly pleasures, abundance, start of a new love. Reconnect your heart to your soul and your social aspects. Cosmic, spiritual, intellectual, physical, social, and emotional aspect of the self for Sagittarius in August of 2020. Spiritual, Three of Wands. Intellectual, Princess of Cups. Physical, the Fool. Social, Princess of Swords. And emotional, Justice. The Three of Wands from this deck is the Spirit Dancer card, referencing virtue, growth, success through self-confidence, art, dreams come true, manifested will, creativity, activity, joy of discovery, preventing confrontations, dancing for harmony and peace, divine feminine comes down from the star into her, which gives life to all, the sun. Seven of Wands. Are you flying low or flying high? Maybe you're doing a spiritual dance. And you do a little low, a little high, get things going. Move, get that mojo flowing. Get your spiritual energies a boost, a recharge. She's out in nature with the lotuses down below her, pointing up at the star, getting that Kundalini energy aligned with Earth and the star, the sun. Do that spiritual work, Sagittarius. Princess of Cups, the loyal empath. Referencing a studious person. Sentimental, pensive, thoughtful, quiet, tender, romantic, poetry, music, kind, gentle, dreamy, sensitive, reflective, meditative, loyal, a helpful person, a trustworthy worker, distraction, lack of focus, a flatterer. Now this could be you, the part of you that you're not letting come out right now because you're in the King of Swords, or this could be somebody you're thinking about, or this could be, he's protecting her. To me, that's what it looks like. Strong connection, protecting who he loves. Or if you're by yourself, or it doesn't resonate with you with protecting someone, maybe you're protecting yourself, the part of you that you don't want to let out because of trauma or things that you've dealt with in the past, or maybe guides, or the connection to Mother Earth. There's a lot of going on here. What are you thinking about, Sagittarius? You need to keep your thoughts in harmony with the spiritual and physical aspect of yourself. The Fool here, physical aspect, playful, frolic, having a good time. It's kind of light and dark here, the sun, but there's also the dark. See that? The circles, his aura. So maybe you can have, referencing back to the spiritual aspect with the Spirit Dancer, doing the spiritual work, kind of Frawley. Don't be like reckless Frawley, childish Frawley that ends up breaking something or messing up or offending somebody. So, but this one's telling you to be still, or at least be aware of the light and the dark and the dangers of illusions. The fool can end up falling off the cliff because he's not paying attention, or he's being led to fall off a cliff like a lemming. Remember, this references wisdom of innocence, originality, annulment of reason, frivolity, lack of discipline, ecstasy, delirium, satire, cartoons, clowns, mimes, madness, imagination, youthfulness, comedy, fun, lack of social grace, thoughtlessness, folly, extravagance, immaturity, irrationality, frenzy, enthusiasm, naive. You have to be in harmony with the divine creator and kind of like go with the flow with the and don't go against the flow, or don't be so ignorant to the flow that you end up washed up somewhere you don't want to be. This is physical aspect of yourself. Have a little fun, but not too much fun, and not irresponsible fun, not immature fun. Princess of Swords. Attention to detail. No bullshitting. Cuts to the point. Reliable, confident. Otherwise, she is an excellent spy or agent provocateur. Referencing skill, practical abilities, observant, powerful, serious, vigilance, agility, spying, a discreet person, an active youth, a person adept at perceiving, discerning, and uncovering the unknown or that which is less than obvious, insight, severity, aggressiveness, and imposture revealed. So for me, if you're looking at this reflects more on you than somebody you know. This is you recognizing that divine, feminine, logical, being honest with the divine masculine, being a benevolent leader, not a malevolent leader. I can't even hold the cards right. If this is about somebody you know, think of what the Princess of Swords is. Who do you think that is to you? How are you treating her? Is she a spy against you or a spy for you? Is she a worthy ally or not a worthy ally? Are there people that may reflect this connection, this social aspect of yourself with the Emperor and the Princess of Swords? How are you handling it? What's going on? Are you in tune with what these cards are telling you? Social aspect of yourself. Sagittarius. Justice here. Seeing the night and the day equally, like in the fall when harvesting. Remember, Ace of Chalices seeing both sides. Osiris's heart. The papyrus representing both sides. I'm blocking. Look, you see the sun up here on the Justice card. And then the moon over here. Crown. She's the divine feminine lady of justice. Sees the truth, not the two sides. The big picture. Referencing reasonableness, justice through knowledge of a higher order, balance, harmony, equity, diplomacy, arbitration, union of opposites, righteousness, virtue, honor, kindness, charm, attractive person, just reward, dignity, equilibrium, poise, impartiality, bias, false accusations, prejudice, severity, intolerance, unfairness. So there's negative and positive words that was stating there. What's your heart telling you? Does your heart need refinement? Need to be washed up with, or pour some holy water on it? Does it need some justice possibly? And the only thing you can do is work on yourself or do what you need to do. Take yourself out of the situation possibly. I don't know. What's going on? Do you see what these two cards are representing with the social aspect of yourself and your spiritual aspect of yourself. Spiritually dancing, seeing both sides, connecting to your heart. Universal fantasy, spiritual, intellectual, physical, social, and emotional aspects of the self for Sagittarius in August of 2020. Spiritual, 9 of Cups. Intellectual, 7 of Pentacles. Physical, 6 of Pentacles. Social, King of Swords. And emotional, the Star. 9 of Cups. Not being able to see the blessings. He's like, only 1 cup? Look at all these cups up here, dude. But he can't bend his neck up there and see. Maybe if he took a step back, he'd be able to see the spiritual aspect of yourself. Take a step back. See your blessings. Get that spiritual dancer, Kundalini alignment, divine feminine. Flying high and low, whatever you need to do to get this harmony going. This energy flowing. Get that spiritual harmony you're looking for. Take a step back and see it. 7 of Pentacles. Referencing establishing good roots. So even in after the frost, they'll regrow. Get grounded. Even after defeat, you can still come back and get victorious. The great comeback. Princess of Cups. Empath. Divine Feminine. Devotion. King of Swords. Going back, referencing. Pulling out that sword in defense, but maybe you need to just look at the blessings you may have already. Show a little gratitude. Get spiritually aligned. Take some time out to get that spiritual work going. Don't be so focused on your sword, which are words. Swords without an S is word. Watch your word, what you say. Be in harmony with that empath. She's helping you, guide you. Stay grounded in your thoughts. 6 of Pentacles. Being honest in what you need. Getting the help. Communicating. This is a physical aspect of yourself. If you're having sexual frustrations, be honest about it. Be also understanding and compromising. A little playful in the bed maybe. But be still from time to time. Timing is everything when it comes to this kind of stuff. Physical aspect of yourself. So, don't be childish, immature. Play like an adult plays. Responsible. Thinking about what can happen if you do this or that. Taking the time out to think and be still. This is the equilibrium balance of the 3 things going on here. Can't be demanding sex. Gotta get playful with it. And time for some patience and understanding and take your time. Or if it's not about sex, maybe it's just about your physical needs or your materialistic needs. Maybe you're the naked woman, they saying, hey, help me out of here, I can't get out. Once again, most of these cards have some kind of divine masculine, feminine, yin yang correspondence. Physical aspect of yourself, Sagittarius. King of Swords. He's imagining how to change the future, but unless he acts, nothing's going to happen. Princess of Swords. You can't just rely on her. You got to participate. You can't just be the guy sitting on the throne, the emperor, authoritative, telling everybody else what to do while you do nothing. You got to be that benevolent leader. Lead, charge, being the first to battle for the people that you're thinking about, or for yourself. Can't just sit back while the world goes by. You got to act on how to deal with it. Thoughts are great. Social aspect of yourself. Remember, you have the King of Swords also in your intellectual aspect. So your intellectual aspect also correlates with your social aspect of yourself. Might be a little frustrated, but you got to get out and do something. Going back to the spiritual aspect of yourself and your physical nature, flamboyant, but not irresponsible. Social aspect also directly ties to your physical aspect and your emotional aspect. Star, relaxation, rest, meditation, taking that time out. Emotional aspect of yourself, seeing both sides, divine feminine, night and day, yin yang. Osiris's heart. There's knowledge that you need to be looking at from both sides. Look at the big picture. Here's the yin yang right here in the sphere. There's the Libra, balance, harmony. Are the scales tipped to one side or the other? Maybe you need to take a little bit here and put it over here, or vice versa. Balance it out. Your heart is depending on it. You don't want to be an emotional wreck. So take the time out, meditate, contemplate, rest, relax, think about it, get some good sleep. It'll all work if you do the work. Sacred geometry activations. Message for Sagittarius in August of 2020. Divine Feminine. The frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. Three-dimensional reality is based on the duality between opposites and their eternal movement toward union. Everything is created in pairs: male, female, matter, spirit, empty, full, dark, light, and so on. Without the tension caused by the magnetic push and pull of duals, there would be no movement, and without movement, there would be no life as we know it. When the push and pull of opposites is equal, a state of balance is achieved. For humans to live harmoniously with each other, the masculine and the feminine have to reach a state of union, both outward, in relationship with each other, as well as inward, in a balanced state of heart, mind, and soul. The masculine and feminine attributes inside all of us have to be fully realized, understood, and expressed. Now that we are moving into a new energy, the enhanced qualities of these two opposites in human nature are emerging and urging us to let go of the roles we have traditionally assigned in the past, allowing a new masculinity and new femininity to arise. The divine feminine is fluid and receptive. It surrenders and opens. It is able to easily give away and pull toward galaxies of emptiness and higher consciousness when facilitated by true divine masculinity. This femininity is intrinsically connected to the higher realms of Mother Earth, giving birth to life, ideas, expressions, and dreams. The color pink is associated with the universal love for oneself and others, with sweetness and with tenderness and care, all attributes that are associated with feminine qualities. Brighter pink brings in an aspect of aliveness, excitement, high energy, and power. There are various elements of the flower of life visible as a reference to the three-dimensional reality we are creating here on Earth. The light blue refers to our ability to express ourselves with honesty, tenderness, and kindness. The four stars in the corners refer to our form-based reality. The water in the background is representative of the emotional plane, the realm mostly associated with the feminine. Keepers of the Light, who has a message for Sagittarius in August of 2020? Divine Director. Intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. The Divine Director is a facet of the heart of the Creator. According to New Thought teaching, his energy is merged directly with God's divine plan so that we can access it and understand on a deeper level what will support our true function, which is to be happy. The Divine Director works directly with angels, and in particular guardian angels, so that they can fulfill their role of supporting the earth and all of her people. Right now, your angels are reminding you that your divine purpose on earth is to remember, love, and do what makes you happy. Extended message. Divine intervention is taking place at this time. What is occurring in your life is providing a real learning curve for your soul. You are becoming aware of a sense of purpose in your life. It gives you a sense of joy. It's something that brings you pleasure rather than something that you have to work for. Know that your career can complement your purpose but not define it. But the path you are on at this time is right, and the universe is encouraging you to move forwards. Dragons. Which dragon has a message for Sagittarius in August of 2020? Golden Orange Dragon. Expand your light for ascension. Be a peaceful warrior. Help those in need. Remember your magnificence. Fifth dimensional Golden Orange Dragons are part of Archangel Metatron's Ascension team. Archangel Metatron is leading forward individuals who are ready to follow his path. At the same time, he is overseeing the ascension of the entire universe. The Golden Orange Dragons who work for him are carrying the fifth dimensional ascension blueprint for Earth, and they come to those of us who are ready to make a difference. As soon as they see golden orange energy awaken in our aura, they breathe into us to extend it and accelerate our ascension journey. These magnificent dragons demonstrate dignity, peace, and power with wisdom. They are peaceful spiritual warriors, always ready to help and encourage those in need. This card connects you with the illuminated Archangel Metatron as well as his powerful ascended dragons. You are on your ascension path, and golden orange dragons are pouring high-frequency light into your aura to attract the attention of the masters, angels, and unicorns who are guiding you. Drawing this card suggests it is time for a push forward on your ascension path. Do you need to meditate more, or examine and release old stuff, or embrace who you truly are and recognize your magnificence? Tell these dragons what you need in order to take the next step on your journey into the higher frequencies, and they will help you. Call on them for support, and they will provide it. They are wonderful companions and friends. Sacred Power for Sagittarius in August of 2020. Communication. We communicate with others using verbal and nonverbal techniques. Our body language, listening skills, and attitude determine how effective we are as communicators. It takes work and effort to improve our communication skills, and with patience, they will develop our time. Miscommunication occurs when we are unable to listen to other people. Arguments, mistakes, and conflict occur when we refuse to acknowledge information or negotiate. At the heart of all the relationships and communication, hidden messages can be seen by looking at body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. Improvements in these areas help to support solid friendships and relationships. Speak with truth and integrity. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Don't be impatient and intolerant. This could lead to misunderstandings and actions that once said cannot be taken back. Spiritual communication is high right now. Take notice of these signs and symbols from the spirit world as they try to connect to you through music, feathers, butterflies, dragonflies, moths, birds, and number sequences. Be open to receiving these messages as they come from the heart with love. Right now, you are asked to listen with empathy and understanding to those around you. Place yourself in the other person's shoes to gain a new perspective. There are better ways to get your message across. Be respectful and open-minded when speaking to others. Lead by example and express yourself diplomatically with honesty and dignity. It is better to communicate your feelings instead of being burdened by them. When you discuss your issues, you allow space for solutions to be negotiated and resolve and improve your current state of affairs. It is important that you avoid committing to plans and projects if you don't have all the information. Ask for more details and, when appropriate, speak to professionals such as counselors, financial advisors, solicitors, or teachers. Never be afraid to ask questions. It's okay if you don't have all the answers. That's why we have professionals. Affirmation. I am able to communicate clearly and honestly, making powerful connections with others. Isis, what is your message for Sagittarius in August of 2020? Chariot of Ascension. Spiritual work of the higher initiate. Your soul wishes to travel more freely between the dimensions of higher reality. This is to allow for conscious spirit communication, the free flow of soul light into the physical body, and the joining in divine harmony of heaven and earth. It requires a powerful consciousness to do this. The Merkaba, Chariot of Ascension, and Soulfire is a spiritual gift to attain these divine purposes now, available to you as a high initiate. There are times when the soul becomes ambitious and wishes to live its entire life in conscious oneness with all expressions of its being, including the physical body. It may wish to do so simply because it is the nature of all beings to eventually realize themselves as divine, or because it needs specific new skills to be available to the human expression in the physical body so it can continue with its divine purpose. Those skills might be channeling divine energy or consciousness for healing, traveling easily between the worlds for conscious spirit communication, gaining greater artistic or creative ability because it feels wonderful to create, or any number of other purposes. This oracle brings you guidance that a special spiritual practice has come or is soon coming to your attention that will help your soul reach you more fully. It will be an advanced practice and it will serve you well at this time in your journey to reach the higher levels of capacity and spiritual responsibility that are available to you as a high initiate. Peace to you, beloved. Your spiritual work on this planet is greatly supported. The Chariot of Ascension Oracle also offers you a particular sacred teaching from the Priestess of High Initiates, Lady Isis. This is the practice of the Merkaba, Soul Vehicle, or Chariot of Ascension. This vehicle is an energetic structure of sacred geometry and strengthens and protects you, allowing for your consciousness to travel instantaneously and freely between dimensions and realities without compromising your vibration or damaging your energy bodies. Merkaba is a vehicle of great strength and power, and it is best used with a heart dedicated to unconditional love and service. It can be used to travel on inner planes to stars and temples for higher guidance in an instant, as well as to connect with other souls on the inner planes at various levels of evolution. It is recommended that such a practice only be used with permission granted from the soul in question and from a place of love and intention to be of healing service. Merkaba allows you to travel without the usual restraints upon your energy field, but like in any powerful practice, there is a wise caution. You will travel and experience what is in your heart. Keep your heart open and clear, and do not use Merkaba if you are feeling uncentered, ungrounded, disconnected, or angry. It is the technique to use when you are feeling peaceful and aligned within yourself. At such times, great growth in consciousness is possible for you using Merkaba. The Oracle of the Chariot of Ascension is a gift of high-level spiritual training. Your wisdom is in using what you have learned helps you to make the most of this sacred gift. This oracle is as much about receiving the training as it is about knowing when to apply it and when to have restraint. The oracle of the Chariot Ascension is also confirmation that you are growing spiritually and becoming ready for greater tasks and spiritual responsibilities. If you have been considering taking a step to engage in teaching or healing, in studying or practicing at a higher level, whether spiritually or in your chosen field or profession, you are encouraged to follow your heart and your destiny and be bold. Say yes to yourself. The Chariot of Ascension speaks of rising destinies and success. Wisdom of the Oracle. What message do we have for Sagittarius in August of 2020? I'm going to shuffle that again. I didn't shuffle very well. There we go. That's a good shuffle. Community. Belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded, connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. This card signals a new affiliation with a group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our families and communities. In a community, everyone has an important function and feels I matter. Membership in a group provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, and of purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be as small as the showing up or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in the group, your presence is needed. Relationship message. You're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. There are times when you follow and the other person leads, and times when you lead and the other person follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another. Accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of that dance, yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You're in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. Prosperity message. Whenever you're in a community of like-minded others, there is a powerful opportunity to reap great abundance. It's essential to ask, what can I contribute, rather than what can I get from this? Figure out a need and look to fill it. Something meaningful will manifest. Even if what manifests is small, it is a sign that the doors of opportunity will swing open wider. There's also another meaning of this card to consider. Don't try to be all things to all people. Choose your role and be true to it, and serve from a sense of authenticity. There's no greater feeling of accomplishment than knowing you have purpose. Protection message. Beware of compromising your integrity in order to belong. How do you dim your light or change yourself so others will accept you in the group? Do you hide who you really are in order to play a role within the larger whole? This will never fulfill you. Now is the time to assess. Now is the time to assess your willingness to be real. Stand tall. Be you. Authenticity is true self-expression, and the only way to empower yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself and step into the role your heart tells you to take. Making yourself small bears too high a cost. Cosmic message for Sagittarius in August of 2020. Patience. Patience is surrendering to the now and allowing destiny to unfold at its own pace. If this card has come to you, slow down and enjoy the presence of this moment. Although you may have the passion and drive to reach for the moon, you're being asked to take things slower and feel the magic of each step. Each step holds lessons that bring you closer to the divine in you. By being too hasty with an attitude of needing your dreams and goals yesterday, you will miss vital life-changing moments that are meant to enhance, enrich, and transform your soul. When you overlook or dismiss the lessons of each step and race frantically towards your goals, the end result may not always be as you had planned. You may get what you worked for only to lose it as a result of challenging, unforeseen obstacles. Now that you have attained what you desired, the next step involves striving to keep it. If the lesson in each step was overlooked, the emotional challenges of maintaining this desire can be draining and emotionally overwhelming. Each step brings you lessons such as strength, wisdom, compassion, understanding, and patience, which allow your soul to grow. When these empowering life lessons are missed, you are not equipped to stand strong in the face of adversity. Slow down and let nature's cycles take their course. Trust in divine timing. Take each step one at a time and embrace the beautiful opportunities and gifts of understanding that come your way. Affirmation. I am patient and grateful for the wonderful opportunities that present themselves to me for the growth and enrichment of my soul. Associated chakras. Solar plexus, heart. White Light Oracle, what is your message for Sagittarius in August of 2020? Deer of Delta. Without any force, you can overcome even extreme negativities. Your real nature is gentle, which is powerful in its own unique way. You do not need to become something you are not. You can confidently and effectively invoke spiritual protection from the light. You can never be dominated or bullied at a spiritual level, because the real you is always empowered and protected in the light. Some things can only happen when we let go at the deepest inner level. Regenerative healing is one of them. Shamans of old understood that to obtain transformational awareness, one has to sever themselves from the world as one knows it, to unlearn what one once knew, to be reborn. In that rebirth, a new understanding and vitality, clarity, and purpose can emerge. The shamanic realm is the realm of the delta brainwave, the state of deep sleep. Here, one is completely unconscious. There is temporary paralysis at this level, which allows for the deepest healing and renewal. Here, the gateway to the universe mind is entered, and the precious recalibrating treasures of healing are gained. In Delta, we surrender completely to a great and powerful intelligence far beyond our understanding. At 0 Hz to 4 Hz, Delta waves are the slowest and most stabilizing of the brain waves. This is the state in which the body recovers from injury and the brain has a chance to check off its list of deferred repairs and healing and restore optimal function. This includes the capacity to learn and the healthy functioning of the immune system, physically and also emotionally, so we are not contaminated or confused by the emotional or physical workings of the world around us. This oracle brings guidance that the healing you need cannot come from logical sources but requires a deep letting go and restructuring from within. Consider what practices and people could help facilitate this process in your life. Consider how you may value and encourage deep, restorative sleep and regular retreats as part of your lifestyle. The Greek nymph Tayget called upon her beloved goddess Artemis to protect her from unwanted advances from a powerful suitor. In response, the goddess transformed Tayget into a doe, so she would be safe from harm. Tayget teaches us that we can become vulnerable like the gentle deer in the spiritual sanctuary of our devotion, protected by a greater source. Then there is no need to become aggressive or harsh to defend ourselves from the aggression of another. We can let go and allow ourselves to be healed or held. This is a way to ward off negativities without needing to disconnect from our softness and grace. Even if you are dealing with intense negativities from a particularly powerful opponent, Deer of Delta encourages you to call for spiritual intervention with complete confidence in the grace that will instantly and consistently be bestowed. Your strength and power can flow from your spiritual connection. If you have been advised to toughen up, you are encouraged to instead remain true to yourself and find your strength within. Starseeds, what message do we have for Sagittarius in August of 2020? I'm sorry. Defensivelessness, riding past wrongs, uprooting. We're living in divisive times. When we're hurt and triggered, we tend to see things as a personal attack rather than an opportunity for healing. If we're to find true peace and unity, we need to drop our defenses and see things outside of right and wrong. As souls, we intrinsically remember unity and yearn for it here on earth. Perhaps this is why it feels so painful when we experience the opposite. But it's crucial to remember that we can't simply bypass reality and pretend that unity, love, and forgiveness are here. This is one of the greatest challenges for your starseeds. To bring about unity, we must first acknowledge the ways in which both we and the world have been divisive, personally, ancestrally, and collectively. The shadows, hate, wounds, separation, severing, wrongs, and sadness. You may be called to explore how you, your ancestors, or your society have consciously or unconsciously inflicted pain on others. To find a way to drop the armor around your heart and see things as they truly are for all people. To say I'm sorry with an open heart and mean it. To be part of the healing rather than the perpetuation of inherited conflict or oppression. This isn't about blame. It's about unwinding the patterning that got us here. You may be called to devote your time to causes you believe in or do healing work on your ancestral line. Starseed Soul Inquiry. How are you being called to drop your defenses and unwind past wrongs? And that was your reading, Sagittarius, for August. Click the links below. Hit me up. Become a Patreon, please. See you next month.